that's a very good question. So many people do wonder, "Well, I don't come here. Can I get married here?" Our church is very open to folks and love to chat with you. If you are interested to getting married here, please talk to us. I would say most of the folks that come to get married at Dublin Street United Church, most of them have maybe just an affiliation or know about it. We've had people in the neighborhood say, "I walk by that church, I like the look of it." So it's a variety of people consider getting married. Some are members, some are folks who have attended, but I would say the greatest number are people that are just live in the neighborhood or live in the city of Guelph, and they want that kind of a sort of a special space for their special day. And we're a historic kind of building. We have it's a lovely feel inside, and so for some people that's a space that they want to capture. And so if that interests you, glad to chat with you about it. Or if you have any questions about getting married at Dublin, glad to talk to you about that. Well, what to expect, or what's expected of you. Really, I'm here to help you plan your wedding. I've done weddings for over 30 years, believe it or not. So here to help, whether it's with vow choices or music ideas. I like to sit with you and chat with you a couple of times, in addition to a rehearsal and the wedding itself. And it's really a time to plan. I think part of it is helping you just get to know each other as a couple a little bit, and really to help us together put together a wedding that seems to reflect your spirit and your flavor. So that's what you can probably expect getting married at the church. Well, some people wonder, there's the wedding day, but oftentimes people plan and have a rehearsal. And do we do those? And I would say yes. I think it's a great thing to do. It's like a practice. We get to run through everything, where people might stand, and whether there's young flower girls or ring bearers. It gives them a chance to kind of get familiar with the space or the practice, and it gives us a chance to laugh a little bit, and rehearsal is a good idea. I would recommend it, whether it's the night before or a couple nights before. I've even done them a couple weeks before, but typically it's better to be probably about within the week of the wedding, because our memories are fresher that way. But yeah, a rehearsal is a good idea. So often people wonder about, do I only do a ceremony at the church? And I would say that probably the majority, or at least half of my weddings, would be off-site. And so I've done them at golf courses. I did one over at Exhibition Park in December. I've done weddings in people's backyards. So weddings, the location is often negotiable. We can talk about where that is. And in this day and age, with reception halls and so forth, all providing that service, often it's you go to the location rather than always come to the church. So glad to chat with you about that if you're thinking of an off-site location, and that seems best to have me help with that. Some folks wonder about how much does it cost to get married. It's a very practical question. Weddings are pretty expensive, and we get that. So if you were getting married here at Dublin, we have one price for everything. So it might seem like a high price to you, but it includes the cost of the caretaker, the minister, the music director, those kinds of, and for the use of the space. So that's what we've chosen to do here. If it's off-site, glad to chat with you about the cost of that. It runs more in the low hundreds rather than anything higher than that. So glad to chat with you more about the cost. And if cost is the reason that keeps you from getting married, please talk to me about that. I'm glad to chat with you about that as well. We just think it's a good day, and we try. I think that you'll find that the cost of the church is one of your lowest costs of the whole day. Yeah, some people wonder how much lead time do you need to plan, to book a church. So, of course, the longer ahead makes it easier for you. But I've done weddings within a couple of weeks of people reaching out to me. I even had one couple that they wanted to renew their vows, and they wanted to do it within 4 or 5 days, and we were able to make that work. So typically it's good if you're trying to use the space of the church. It's good to give a little bit more notice, especially if it's on a weekend or that kind of thing. But yeah, and I've had people book out 2 years, so it is a lot of flexibility on that. So if you're thinking of a date and need some help with someone to help you with that, reach out to us and we'll see if the date can be